Hey there, everybody. I hope you're having a very sweet Sunday afternoon. I have 4 new creative paper packs to go into the Etsy store today. Speaking of the Etsy store, thank you, Shelly, for going over and liking my items, for visiting the store. You guys, us human creators are in a bit of a are in competition with AI, artificial intelligence, and I don't want to, that's not competition. AI is skewing numbers. And if you guys would just go to Etsy and say hello or favorite an item, it really, really, really helps me with my Google Analytics. So I really do appreciate the folks who go over there and just visit, look around, like an item and things like that. So we've got 4 creative paper packs to go into the shop. I want to go through this one. Each paper pack has the same things in it, just different things. It's got the same kinds of stuff, just different stuff. So instead of like taking everything out of each one, I'm just going to take things out of this one, and we're going to go through each section, and I'll explain what's in each section. Just know that each paper pack is basically the same thing, but not the same, exactly the same stuff. That's hard to explain. So we start out, let me just kind of take this part out so you can kind of see what types of items you get, and then we'll go through each one and I'll tell you what I envision kind of for each section of your paper pack. Now you can call these sections, you can call them envelopes of love, you can call them packages, you can call them whatever you want. This is wild and free. The first thing that you're going to find is collage and chat. Collage and chat is exactly what it says. It's cutouts and things for you to collage with. It's also chat, right? And we know Tim Holtz chit chat and Delusions chit chat. You might have words, you might have word stickers, you might have full sentences. These are the kinds of things that we would think about if we were doing a collage and wanted to add some verbiage to it, basically. Cutouts, these are things that I just hand cut. These are some collage sheets, again, purchased and hand cut for you guys. Some words right here, words again, a word strip, the word when. Basically anything that you could use, this is a vintage piece right here, to start a project, right? So whether you're starting a page, whether you're starting a mixed media piece, whether you're starting a piece in an art journal, whether you are starting a Gluebook page, these elements in collage and chat are perfect for first layers. Got some sheet music in here. I like a combination of vintage and modern text pages. I even give you substrates. What's a substrate? A substrate is the thing to build upon. So let's say you wanted to use this as a substrate. These types of cardboard really do make excellent substrates. So you can start building a piece by layering on some text pages, and then you can follow that with maybe layering on some tissue paper. You're going to have text maps, sheet music, napkins, tissue paper, substrates, and chats in this little section of your creative paper pack. So that is collage and chat. Again, we in each creative paper pack, there's collage and chat, okay? So there we go. The next section you'll find is journal fodder. These are things that typically, after we start on a journal, these are things that we would add to the journal. So they're going to be things like papers, journal cards, art trading cards, tags, paper, embellishments, things like this is a great jumping off point right here. I am free to create with wild abandon. You're going to have journal cards. These are some small journal cards. Again, the maps, because they just always make really nice fodder. You're going to have some papers. This is a chipboard piece. Papers. Art trading cards. Cardstock, tarot cards, pattern paper, solid colors, art trading cards, art trading circles, border strips, stencils, pieces of washi tape. Now, this isn't the traditional kind of washi tape. This is a rather thick, sparkly washi tape, but that in combination with things like tags, you know, I mean, we might call this even a bookmark, and I don't know how that happened, but that actually matches that purple piece of washi, which is a lot of fun. You've got some stencil items in here, some recipe cards, cutouts, papers in all different shapes, sizes. We've got border strips here. And as you just kind of page through here, you're going to find that a lot of these elements go together. And because the elements go together, and it says journal fodder right here, and because the elements go together, it makes your creating quick, concise, because everything's curated. It brings your elements together. So it's easy and simple to get things done. The next page, if you will, are stickers and embellishments. Stickers, cutouts. We have some butterflies and birds, because to me those are super cool embellishments. And die cuts are in here. So let's just take a quick look. Leanne gave us these stellar, beautiful, wonderful envelopes. Thank you, girl. So we have some chipboard pieces. Chipboard pieces. A beautiful butterfly. I love that. Some little stickers right here. Stickers right here. More stickers. These are really super cool. I love these planetary stickers. These are from my mama. She sends them to me and I cut them out. She's very proud that she can contribute to what we're doing here. She's 85 now. She likes to cut things out. These are vintage Leanne stickers. You have some tickets right here. Here is a handmade button. Anything like a button really does add, you know, kind of that dimensional sort of element, you know, that dimensional embellishment that we all like and love so much, that really do enhance our pages. We've got some numbers here and papers as well. The next item that we're going to look at is vintage. This isn't pseudo vintage. This is the real deal, Lucille. Envelopes, 1929, 1933. A little greeting card. This is obviously Christmas right there. 1940, 1938. The stamps, the handwriting, the typed addresses, so interesting. 1903. 1948, 1928. Real photographs. These are vintage photographs. These are among my favorite things in the whole wide world. Vintage school photographs. There's not a date, but the teacher was Miss Hartford. More vintage photographs here. I really love this one. This is kind of like a spooky photograph, you know, kind of washed out and strange looking. We have vintage ledger paper for you. This is 1959. I'm not sure if there's a date on here or not. I love the foxing that has just naturally happened. Vintage sheet music. Do you remember these top value stamps? Do you remember green stamps? My mama used to collect them. I even remember the store where she would go and collect her green stamps when she bought groceries. It's very interesting. This is a photo from a vintage book, a substrate for you. This was so cool. Don't you love these pen and inks? This is from a book called Wildlife in America, and it's from 1959. I was 1 year old when this baby was published. This is a congressional report on agriculture. They're letters written by farmers about the state of crops. This has stood the test of time. I think this is 1873, maybe. I think it's 1853. Oh, yeah, because there's a date here that says January 7th, 1851. And these are applications for loan on first mortgage of real estate. From the City Institution for Savings. You've got a couple of those. Vintage is a great inspiration. Whether you go through here and you find a date that resonates with you, maybe an anniversary, maybe a birthday, maybe a person's name, a place, a date, a stamp, that is a wonderful way to fire your creative imagination. Next thing we have is an assortment of beads and charms. I have different kinds of beads. I found my old stash of porcelain beads. I love these porcelain beads. I think they're just really super cool. So you have all kinds of things. Beads, charms, brads. There's a brad right there. Metallic items. Because these can really give your mixed media items, structure and movement. We have fabric. You're gonna have a pouch of fabric. I don't have my glasses, so bear with me. So we have some different sorts of fabric in here, as well as some trim. Love this lace. I think it's so pretty. Now this is vintage, but this is not. I like the colors. I think the colors are very inspiring. I have buttons in here. There's some vintage sewing. Thought that was super cool. And the fabric elements right here. You have different fabric items to, a lot of times folks are using fabric on when they do clusters. And a button, we have one thing in Mama's house that my sister and I are going to fight over, and that's the button jar. Because We talk about that often. You know, on rainy days, you would get out the button jar and you would look at all the buttons and you would talk about the buttons and you would sort the buttons into size and shape and what the button back looked like. We always did something with buttons when I was a little girl. You're going to have a collection of all kinds of paper, and this is in the very back of your creative paper pack. You're going to have some different cardstocks. These are shiny. Kind of got that crusty, glittery thing going on. Really pretty. You're going to have some longer pieces. You can use these as bookmarks or tags. I think there are maybe 20, probably 25 items in the very back of the book. I did toss in some Halloween because, you know, it's coming up. It's my favorite holiday. I don't dress up or anything anymore, and the kids are doing, we have so many little kids in our neighborhood, but they all seem to do trunk or treat. I mean, can you really blame them? You know, when I was little, my mom and dad would take us to the fancy part of town, and, you know, we would be dressed up in our Halloween, and, you know, you didn't have to worry if somebody was tainting your candy or you know, putting some undesirables in your candy or whatever. We just didn't have to worry about that. This is a really pretty look at Venice. I was very lucky to go there for my 60th birthday 5 years ago. So you can do whatever you want with these kinds of papers. Sometimes it is just so helpful to just have different papers. And because this is a condensed, curated ensemble, it makes it, like I said before, it just makes it easier to work with. These are, I think Leanne gave us these. I love botanicals. This is a large sheet of botanical here. Nautical. And it's a nice hefty paper. Who doesn't love a good mushroom? Look at that. And cardstock here. If you have purchased the creative paper packs, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate, this is super cool because it's not only gorgeous on this side, but it's coffee dot on that side. I have some seahorse right here. As you guys know, it's how Diane would say, is how we keep the wolf from the door. And by golly, that is what it is. Etsy store is one of our ways of keeping the wolf from the door. Was the big 6'5" in July, and wow. And if you are super young, it's going to happen so fast you won't believe it. But I know my demographic over here, so you ladies know what I'm talking about. It's a challenge, isn't it? To try and survive on that wee tiny little thing from the government. It's like, gee whiz, are you kidding me? That's it? I've been working since I was 14. What the heck happened here? Anyway, I'm very grateful for the wee tiny thing from the powers that be, as well as when you guys buy something in the Etsy store. It makes my heart sing. It makes me happy. It is, this is just a way that I can kind of flex some creativity, pass along some beauty to you guys. So let's go ahead and get everything back in here. This is why I don't take it out of every one. But you guys get the idea. You know, you kind of see what's going on in here. This, let's see, Wild and Free is 1 pound, 9 ounces of love. It's $25 and shipping is $5. I do package these in priority mail padded envelopes, and that does cost me more than $5, but I think it's really important to get this to you in a padded envelope. So I ain't gonna skimp on my postage for them. Wow, that's so tricky, so tricky. All right, so Wild and Free. Adventure, like the way the front of that came. Now this is just taped to the front, so you know what the title of the creative paper pack is. This one is called Start, because sometimes it's just hard to get started. So we just want to start. And these kits make it really easy. Easy and fast to just get started. This one's Wild and Free. And this one's like a warm blanket. I mean, it has a nice sound. It would be so cozy to spend a fall or winter day with warm blanket at your side, and you could glue and cut and create and curate your mixed media projects, or art trading cards, or art trading coins, or clusters, or just whatever you're into at the moment. So these are already in the Etsy store, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a sweet Sunday and an excellent week. See you soon. Thank you for the support. Bye.